Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, what's that I hear? Oh, yes. Yes, I am Mr. NXT. Oh, yes, thank you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, perfect predictions. That's how this show goes. What's going on, everyone? Your boy here, Apollo from Down, Down, Up, Up. And we have just experienced another fantastic NXT TakeOver. Obviously, NXT TakeOver Phoenix 2019. And your boy dominated the board. That's right. I believe this is already our year. Why? Well, perfect predictions once again for NXT TakeOver. Every single match I called. And I'm so proud once again to say it. Love the show. A few minor issues I actually would like to comment about. But overall, this takeover fits in well with the whole established storylines going on right now. Everything works out from what I'm seeing, and it keeps me invested in the programs. Can't complain. Let's run down through it. Now, first of all, couple of side notes I'd like to go over. Number one, I don't recall seeing any new superstars in the front row for this NXT takeover. Sadly, no Kushida. No, there was nothing like that. Velveteen Dream showed up in a limo with some ladies and sat in the front row. But was that supposed to be important? I didn't really know how to take that, honestly. It's the Velveteen Dream. He's an established star, and we love him to death. But he's just sitting in the front row for this one. Okay, at least it kept him on TakeOver, but at the same time, was it necessary? I don't know. And then there's Adam Cole, a man that did not show up once, to my knowledge, in any part of the show or pre-show. Because there was the whole kickoff. They went through all of the year-end awards. I believe Kairi Sane was the best women's and most overall athlete. I think she got both awards for that. Ciampa got the best men's competitor award, and he didn't even take the award. He's like, no. This is what he cares about. Updated version, of course. Johnny Gargano and Andrade Cien almost got the best match of 2018 NXT, their match at TakeOver Philadelphia, which I completely agree with. That was an amazing match. Caught me off guard big time. Loved it. So well deserved. Even Zelina Vega made an appearance and tried to really push Johnny again to his breaking point. Except Johnny, he used that well tonight. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. Undisputed Era got the best tag team award. Bobby Fish was on the kickoff talking to the panelists and showing off about it, ringing the bell, being an arrogant SOB. Really love Bobby Fish's annoying character right now. I hope we keep that up. I don't really think there's anything else big I'd like to mention. I think Ricochet got the best breaking star award, I think. Anyway, enough of the awards, enough of the kickoff. Let's talk about the actual show itself. Now, first of all, we're going to have to bring up Adam Cole again because there's a theory to this. Because what did we start with? We started with the NXT Tag Team Championship match. War Raiders versus Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong representing Undisputed Era. First of all, I like that War Raiders got a different entrance. The Viking sound effect music, it went on way too long, though. That's just my opinion. Minor, but it's worth bringing up in this video. And then, of course, Undisputed Era come out. Bobby Fish was with them at the ramp, but did not follow them through down and stay with them throughout the whole match. That's right, there was no interference from any other members of Undisputed Era in this match, which was a big surprise. Another big surprise, the match was a lot quicker paced than I thought it would be for the most part. Really enjoyed it. Both teams killed it, and Hanson is just a cartwheel maniac, and I love him. Another thing I love, they did it. The War Raiders are the new NXT Tag Team Champions. This was something that we couldn't wait another takeover for. Their momentum got derailed after injuries after TakeOver War Games 2. Let's come back. Let's win those titles. They did it. Well done. Really pleased about that. Finished off with a beautiful leg drop from the top rope by Hanson to O'Reilly. Rowe got the pin. Loved it. And let's talk about the Adam Cole theory. I'm starting to think that what might happen between the Undisputed Era is Adam Cole goes to the main roster alone. Undisputed Era members hold their own on NXT, And the group is sort of like a Bullet Club imitation. Members come and go. It's the one faction that you can never kill on NXT. That's just a thought. That's just a thought process. I could be completely wrong. Maybe Adam Cole just comes back for the next NXT, rants about why they're not tag team champions anymore, and maybe they all turn on him. I don't know. There's a lot of plans that could go into this, for as far as I'm concerned. I'm taking it very seriously. But the main point for now, the War Raiders did it. Love you guys. Congratulations, new NXT Tag Team Champions. Let's move on to the second match. This is one I was a bit worried about, a bit shook up. Cassius Ohno, Matt Riddle. Didn't see a point in a third TakeOver match and wondering why the feud was going on this long. And even a bit slightly more confused after this show too. Ohno got the majority of the offense in for this match, without a doubt, throwing Riddle into the stairs, the post, hitting forearms and boots on him. But in the end, Riddle was able to come back, get his bro mission on, and start just elbowing Ohno like crazy until he finally submitted. I'm pretty sure the referee called for the submission win on that. He was tapping, the ref didn't see it right away, but then they turned over and Riddle was still elbowing him, and that's when the ref called for the bell. I'm pretty sure it's going to be counted as a submission win. Regardless. Got really close to the camera there, didn't I? Regardless. I'm really glad Matt Riddle did not get ruined. Like I said, unfortunately, if Keith Lee is the one to take this punishment right now for some reason, let's not do it to Riddle either. And they didn't. Matt Riddle won. He beat Ohno again. Didn't really see the point of making this a TakeOver match, but I enjoyed it just the same. So, no complaints. Moving on to the third match of the show, and my favorite of the show. Oh, the miracle and the biggest gamble. Biggest gamble the whole night, in my opinion. Cultaholic agreed with me. This is the one they differed on. Johnny Gargano versus Ricochet. NXT North American Championship on the line. The match was fantastic. This is one I do not want to go into much detail about. This is the one where you need to find that match and watch it if you have not already seen it. It was beautiful. The main point, though, was Johnny still having a bit of issues turning over to that dark side. He was tempted to do Ciampa's DDT to Ricochet with the padding removed on the outside, like the concrete is showing. Couldn't do it, but finally, after some more back and forth, hit a brainbuster on the floor, got Ricochet back in the ring, hit that wonderful tornado DDT from on the apron to in the ring to Ricochet for the second time in the match. 1, 2, 3. Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Badass, Johnny TakeOver's NXT North American Champion. Oh, it was just such a beautiful moment. I've been so invested in Gargano time to time in NXT, and just seeing him finally accomplish this, oh, the pressure was off, the relief was in, and it was a beautiful moment. I was so happy. That was the best part of TakeOver for me, without a doubt. Well done, Johnny Gargano. I'm really proud of you, man. Loved it. As far as Ricochet goes, I already have plans with him in my head, which I would like to explain at the end of the video if I can remember. Hopefully, obviously, because this isn't a long show to go through. Moving on to match numero 4. This is actually where my complaints are going to start coming in a bit more. It was the NXT Women's Championship match, a match I wasn't really sure what to expect the more I think about it. The undefeated Bianca Belair taking on the two-time NXT Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler has definitely been one of my aces in the hole for NXT. I've successfully predicted all of her TakeOver matches / pay-per-view matches, Evolution, I'm counting in that discussion. And I was on the ball here too, except not really in the way I was hoping it would be. The match started pretty good, actually. They were going back and forth between Belair's whole undefeated catchphrase and Baszler just throwing her overrated catchphrase right at her too. Although finally someone used the hair against Belair, and Baszler was the one to do it. She used the hair to pull Belair into the ring post and begun working on her shoulder. That went on for a little bit, and then there was a ref bump later in the match, and this is where it started to get a bit ridiculous. It was okay up until that point. Belair hit her finisher, a move I'm afraid I cannot recall the name of right now. Went for the pin, there's no referee, and then Baszler's friends come out again. I wasn't surprised by this, but I was really surprised how this factored into the finish again. Again, they distract Belair and try to get some cheap shots in. Baszler is taking advantage like crazy, going for her sleeper clutch. She gets it in, although Belair did escape the move. She powered out of the move and turned it into a suplex the first time. But again, after more nonsense, and she tried to do another 450. Baszler moved out of the way, put in the clutch in again, and after a bit of a struggle back and forth trying to break out of it, Belair finally gave way and suffered her first loss in NXT. TV-wise, at least. So, unfortunately, Belair, it wasn't the right night for you to win the title. Shayna Baszler is still the NXT Women's Champion. And I'm not happy about the way they did this. This is where my complaints are going to start to come in. For the past 3 NXT Women's Championship matches on TV for Shayna Baszler, we've had to do this same nonsense. Happened at Evolution, got away with it. Happened at NXT TakeOver War Games 2, got away with it. Although in that match, Kairi Sane did have some friends come out and try to help. I was hoping the same this time too, but Kairi and Io Shirai were nowhere to be found. That was really disappointing. I wanted more out of this match, and I didn't feel like I got it. Belair has definitely elevated herself in the rankings, but it just didn't feel like it went all the way it should have gone. There was a bit more missing, a bit more. I'm not overly complaining, I'm just explaining how I would have preferred to see this match go down. Besides just the same interference, the same ending again. Okay, enough of that. See what happens next time, but that's okay. You're looking great, Bianca. You're getting there. Proud of you. Let's talk about the last match. This match gave me big flashbacks to the Bobby Roode Shinsuke Nakamura feud. Everyone's got the feeling that Nakamura's leaving. And again, good match, but oh, there it is. That's it. Done. Yeah, got him. This almost felt the same, but with a couple of higher importances. One, I'm more invested in these characters than I was Nakamura and Bobby Roode at the time. Two, I enjoyed the wrestling better with these two. Aleister Black and Tommaso Ciampa had an excellent match, main eventing the show. I loved every bit of it. The spots were great. The bottled water spot turned into more of a thing than I thought it would be too, because Black slipped on it later in. Ciampa hit his finisher, and that could have been it. That would have been a riot. Can you imagine? But the whole story of this match was Ciampa putting so much effort into damaging the leg of Aleister Black. And what can I say? After more back and forth, finishers being hit, somehow surviving via kick out or just rolling on your stomach or side and not letting your shoulders be counted. Why don't people do that more often? Love you, Ciampa, you son of a gun. After all that, Black goes for another black mass, but the leg gives out again. Ciampa hits his dream killer, whatever he calls it, that pop-up. I don't want to say pedigree, but it's a cool move. I think for the 4th time at that point. Got him. So let's think about this for a second. DIY is on top of the mountain in NXT. NXT champion, NXT North American champion. They've already been tag team champions together. What a wonderful night. And they did it clean. They both did it clean. That leaves a huge impact on this show and what's to come next. Because here's how I'm starting to feel towards it. At the end of the show, when Ciampa was celebrating on the ramp, Johnny Gargano came out. He posed with his title to get a reaction. Ciampa laughed, posed with his. I was almost thinking, was Johnny gonna attack Ciampa like Ciampa did him at the end of the show a couple of years ago? Didn't happen. Didn't happen. It was just on the back of my mind. But here's how things might go in the long run. I'm not sure about Johnny and Ciampa right now. I'm going to leave that out of it. But let's talk about Ricochet. He lost the North American Championship, but he would at least be guaranteed a rematch. Let's say he gets it. Let's say a certain Tommaso Ciampa helps Johnny Gargano that time keep the championship, and Ricochet can begin to feud for the world title. That would feel pretty good in my opinion. That's the next program I want to see there, with Aleister Black leaving NXT, in my opinion, for good. Velveteen Dream and Adam Cole, I'm not too sure about. But we'll see. Overall, a wonderful NXT TakeOver. Myself, Apollo, Mr. TakeOver, another round of perfect predictions. I hope you all have been paying attention because let's continue the streak. Can you imagine if I call every match on the Rumble tomorrow? How crazy that would be. I don't think I will personally, but I believe I'll be calling the majority of it for sure. Let's go. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys loved about NXT TakeOver. Did you enjoy the show? Did it disappoint you? Let me know. Let me know, because I'll be seeing you, all of you people, tomorrow or Monday, because I'm hoping to get these up either late Saturday tonight or Sunday early morning, night, however. We'll see when this comes up. Love you guys. I will see you all for my Royal Rumble results and review video. We're close to ending this weekend, but the Rumble awaits. Keep it real.